To draw the flow of cerebrospinal fluid through the nervous system, we will use a coronal view of the neuroaxis. To begin, we will establish the relevant meningeal layers. Draw the outermost layer, the dura mater, in 3 steps. First draw the outermost sublayer, the periosteal sublayer, then draw the next innermost layer, the meningeal sublayer. Hash the area in between them and label it as the thick dura mater. Then move inward and draw the arachnoid mater. Between the arachnoid mater and the overlying meningeal sublayer, label the subdural space, constituted by the dural border cell sublayer. Now draw the pia mater as the layer directly overlying the nervous system parenchyma. Between it and the arachnoid mater, label the subarachnoid space. Cerebrospinal fluid originates within the ventricles. To show a T-shaped coronal view of the ventricular system, first draw the paired lateral ventricles at its top. Draw choroid plexus within them. Choroid plexus is found within the central portion of the ventricular system, so it is not found in the frontal or occipital horns, and it is also not found in the cerebral aqueduct. This is important to neurosurgeons when they place drains into the ventricular system. Choroid plexus is a combination of pia mater, ependymal cells, and vasculature, and it produces cerebrospinal fluid. Show cerebrospinal fluid empty through the paired foramina of Monroe into the 3rd ventricle, and then into the cerebral aqueduct, then into the 4th ventricle, and finally down the central canal. The central canal is actually obliterated by middle adulthood, so the main manner in which the spinal cord and rest of the nervous system receive cerebrospinal fluid is actually from the subarachnoid space, which we will draw next. Show fluid empty from the 4th ventricle through the foramen of Magendie in midline and the foramina of Luschka laterally to enter the subarachnoid space. Draw it flow into the spinal canal to bathe the spinal cord, and also rostrally into the cranial vault to bathe the rest of the brain. Next, show an arachnoid villus extend from the subarachnoid space through the subdural space into a venous sinus, in this instance the transverse sinus. Indicate that fluid passes into the arachnoid villus to be reabsorbed within the venous sinus. This concludes our cerebrospinal fluid flow diagram.